is exclusive to me. No one's got this, and you're not having it, Ross. The Chris Reardon Show, United Kingdom Radio, every Monday afternoon at 12 o'clock UK time. Now, don't be late. It's ever so lonely sitting here on my own, you know. Presumably you mean that little trail?
Well, here's the thing. I was having a look yesterday, and with the benefits of the internet.
Oh, be careful! Do not name the tune.
Oh.
Let me just clear some ear. I've got some hairs in my ears. I'm having trouble. I'm just carry on while I'm doing these.
Right, yeah. So basically, I had a good old scout on the internet, and well, I found something very, very.
Give me the letter of the town.
Letter of the town?
Yes, that's within that title.
I can't do that.
Well, you can. Just give me a letter. The first letter.
I can't do that.
So you don't actually know, do you really?
I do. Listen, I've got it. I've got it here.
Don't believe you. No! You can't have it! You can't have that! Where did you find that, bitch? Bitch, where did you find it? Send me a link now. Vile creature. Vile.
But here's the thing, I'm not going to tell Ross.
Oh yeah, don't tell Ross because he's desperate. They're desperate, dear. It's our little secretly. Can I just apologise to people who are watching kind of the playback thing here on the video thing on the Ustream, but I've only just remembered to push the start record. Okay, so apologies for that. There's so much to remember, dear. So much to remember.
Hey, we've got a new MSN now. Why? I don't know.
No, I'm not going to give it out. There's too many. There's enough methods to contact the show if you want to. Do you know what I mean? If you've got the Skype, it's so easy to install. If you're listening or watching a show and you haven't got Skype, it's cheap and it's fantastic. I've just bought a little Skype phone. I wish I had it with me, actually. It's downstairs at the moment. I might get it up later to show you. And it's wonderful. It's smaller than my mobile phone. As you can see, I have a Nokia Express Music. Okay, it's smaller than this. And with the Skype phone, you can be on Skype and not have to have your computer on, Lee. And it's really, the quality is amazing. It's really good. Yeah. We like gadgets.
I've got Skype on my phone as well.
No, not Skype on your phone. A specific Skype. Do you want me to go down and get it?
Yeah, go and get it.
Oh, have you got a trowel that you can play for yourself?
I
haven't got.
I'll play a trail.
I haven't got a trail for you.
No, I know. I'll play a trail.
Well, no, it's all right. I'll do the Ross Pats out one.
No, I'll play it for you.
Well, the quality of what you were just sending down was a bit distorted, dear, to be honest.
Oh no, that was a different system.
Oh, so what you're saying is that you have got that tune, but not in good quality. Not at 192k or above, is it, lovey? No.
No, I played it from my mini disc because it was on mini disc.
Mini disc, dear.
Yes.
What period are you living in?
Don't know.
God's sake. Right, I'm just going to play this. I'll pop downstairs and get my Skype stone. Right, shut up a minute, because you know all the sound comes through the same fader. Don't say anything naughty. Right, shut up a minute. Back in 1 minute from now.
Hello, this is Ross Patzel reminding you that I've got a brand new show here on unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays from 4 till 5 p.m. I'm live on the air. So make sure you call in, email in or Skype in. I don't really know what's going to be on the show. Every day will probably be different. So you might as well tune in and find out. It's going to be good. It's going to be different. I can't tell you what's going to happen because I haven't got a clue. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays. Join me, Ross Patzel, live on unitedkingdomradio.co.uk and find out what the hell is going to happen because I haven't got a clue. I hope to speak to you soon.
Well, at least he didn't start going on about trees. Here is my Skype phone. Oh, are you actually watching at the moment or not?
Yeah. I'm seeing
Okay.
you.
Right, well, there is my new Skype phone. As you can see, it looks exactly like a mobile phone. And people can ring you on this, and you don't have to have the computer on. It's so tiny. Look, here's my mobile phone. I'll put that next to it. Okay? So you can see it's a lot smaller than a mobile phone even. And I can actually give you a demonstration, I think, because this is my personal Skype and not the United Kingdom radio Skype. Oh, actually, I could probably call myself. How wonderful. You'd never be short of friends if you could do that, would you?
You could call yourself.
If you were feeling a bit lonely and depressed, you could just ring yourself up.
But I've actually got Skype on my phone.
Oh, right. Oh, yes, so have I. So have I. Thank you. I was speaking to Motorised Millie, who will be making an appearance in the show later on. 1 minute. Let's ring someone. Let's ring. I tell you what. Let's ring. Who can I ring on here? Shall I try Terry at Swiss Digital Radio, where I was this morning? 1 minute. Can you hear this or not? 1 minute. No, it's a bit quiet, isn't it?
The number you've dialed cannot be recognised.
Oh, just a minute. He's there now. Just shut up a minute. Hello, Terry. Can you speak up really loud? 1 minute. Hang on. Let me take my foam thing off the microphone. Say hello, Terry.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm just demonstrating to the viewers and listeners of United Kingdom Radio my new Skype phone, dear.
Oh, how fabulous. Doesn't it look wonderful?
It is wonderful, but you're a bit quiet, so I'll have to go. Thank you, Terry. Goodbye. And you see, how marvellous is that? Such a wonderful little gadget and a bargain at only. Well, I mucked up a bit here, to be honest, Lee.
Yeah.
Will you stop playing that, dear? I mucked up a bit. You're starting to sound like Mikey Holt, dear. A jingle every other minute.
Please, no, I can't be. I cannot be.
Don't start
Associated
playing
with
jingles every couple of minutes.
Cannot be doing with that.
We've got lots of people to talk to on the phone. Now, what was I
Let me go, and I'll let you carry on.
Well, I haven't finished yet. What I'm saying, dear. I haven't
Go on.
finished yet.
Go on.
I mucked up a bit when I bought this, right? Because I looked around at the prices and they were like 130, 140 pounds. And I thought, I'm not paying that for a telephone, dear. You know? So I went onto ebay.co.uk and I ordered one from Taiwan, which was just...
One.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. When I first ordered stuff off
Get a free wife with that.
I was very, very nervous about buying things from another country, dear. Right, but I ordered it because I thought it'd be all right, and I checked the what is it where people make remarks. The
Did you get a wife with it?
That's not Taiwan, dear. That's Thailand.
It's Taiwan.
No, that's Thailand, you idiot. Completely different place.
Of course it is.
You got no idea of geography, have you?
Geography.
Anyway, as I was saying, if I can get a word in edgeways, if you don't mind. So I ordered this thing from Taiwan, and it arrived. But, get this, and it was like just over £90. I thought, well, that's all right, 50 quid off. But I got a letter from the post office telling me that I now had to pay customs on it and an extra delivery charge. And it came to more than I would have paid for it if I bought it from the blooming UK, dear.
Oh, dear.
So I tripped over that one, didn't I?
You should have emailed them and told them to send it as a gift.
Oh, it's a liberty, that's what it is. What is it?
What a liberty.
Blah, blah, blah. It is a liberty. Anything else to say, Lee Mills? What time is your programme
I'm
on, dear?
tonight. Tune in to me.
Eh?
I'm on tonight, and I want you to tune in to me.
And what time is that?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock on?
Monday on United Kingdom Radio.
On
live.
unitedkingdomradio.co.uk, 8 o'clock. Well, I can't listen at that time because I'm on my way into Hammersmith to do my karaoke, dear.
That's no good. You better listen via Skype.
I'm sorry, lovey. I can't listen via... Well, I suppose I could in the car, couldn't I, really? How could I do that? See, I've got... You can get into... Have you got this phone? Have you got the same phone as me or not?
No, I've got a much psychedelic phone.
Well, I tried to listen to radio stations on this, but it doesn't work. I don't know why. There's a radio station application. Eh?
You listen on your Skype phone.
How can I listen on the Skype phone to the whole show?
You just call in.
But then you won't be able to take any more calls, will you?
Yes, I would.
Oh.
I'm a bit more technical than Ross, you know.
Oh, well, I do have Skype on my phone as well. Hang on, let me just show you. My little application, if it's not too... yes, I think you can see that. Can you see Skype in the bottom left, right-hand corner? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Who's that?
Can you see Skype in the bottom right-hand corner there? There it is. So I just push that. Oh, I'll try that then. Yeah, I'll try that then. Thank you for your kind advice and technical support. Your call is important to us, and you will be connected to a customer services representative at the as soon as one becomes available. Please hold the line.
Thanks for calling. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Lee Mills. Lovely to talk to you, dear. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the phone number. If you want to call in, 020, London number, 020 3287 1488. A line has now become free. Or Skype as well. You can call in on Skype. My Skype name is Chris Reardon. There is a line available now, Chris Reardon. We'll be going over to Millie in Minnesota, USA, for a little look at American news stories. A little bit later on, nothing too serious, dear. Nothing. American amusing news stories a little bit later on. Now, films. So, Avatar. Has anyone seen Avatar? Wonderful. If you haven't seen that, go and see it. Absolutely. It's a fantastic film. Okay? As well as the special effects, the fact that it isn't... don't go and see it in 2D. It's a good film. It does stand up on its own in 2D as well, okay? But for the full effect, you want to watch it in 3D, and it is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I tell you that now. Fantastic. All right? Your kids... You can take your children to go and see it. There's no like frightening bits or anything over sexual or anything like that. It's a really good family film. But not only is it the special effects, it does have a story as well. And while you're watching the film, you can really get in to the story. Basically, it's an army that are American and a group of businessmen, and they have found some minerals underneath this forest. In the forest lives indigenous people, like tribes and that sort of thing, and special animals and plants, and they want them to move so that they can get to the minerals underneath, okay? And they're offering them all sorts to move, and if they won't move, they will move them and bring the bulldozers in. And we've all seen that story, haven't we? In these rainforests and places like that we don't like them to give up. So it's really very good. So please go and see Avatar. I don't know if you've been to see any good films recently. Anything you can recommend to me? Or anything, actually, that's come out on DVD recently? Because I now have a very large television in my room. Oh, wonderful, dear. Everything is so big. I mean, the porn looks amazing. It really does. On my very large television. So, can you recommend... Now, it is high definition, but... I don't have one of those blue DVD players or whatever it's called, dear. Was it blue... or what is it now? Blue something or blue disc players. Oh, I can't remember what they're called now. Blue... what is it? Blu-ray. That's it. I don't have a Blu-ray player. However, the DVDs that I've got look really good on it anyway. So can you recommend me any new DVDs to watch on my new television? Then let me know on the Skype. Chris Reardon on the Skype. 020 3287 1488 on the phone number. Any other films like that you can recommend at all, then I want to know about them. I'm waiting for St. Trinian's to come out, because I meant to go and see that several times, and I just didn't get around to it, unfortunately. One day it was snowing, and the other day it was this, and the other day it was that, so possibly not possible to watch that. I've ordered 2010, all right, because that looks really good. 2010. Did anyone go and see 2010 at the cinema? If you did, I'd like to know about it. Call in, or you can just send a message. If you don't want to actually talk on the phone, you can send a message as well, okay? Skype name, Chris Reardon. Skype name is, I got that wrong, haven't I? Skype name is United Kingdom Radio. Okay, United Kingdom Radio is my Skype name. Now, I'm hoping to go across to the Isle of Wight.
Hello.
And there she is. Hello, Kat. How are you, darling?
I'm alright.
All right. Have you just got up, dear? You sound like you just got up.
I've been up for an hour.
Well, it sounds it. Could you get a bit closer to the microphone? Don't worry, you can't catch anything through a microphone, dear.
I know that I'm still in my night clothes.
Well, I think that's shocking. Ringing a radio station still in your night clothes.
Yeah.
What do you think this is, dear? What's your blooming game, eh? Well, I think it's terrible. This isn't a porn show, you know, dear.
I know. I went to bed late last night.
Why is that then?
I had a bit of bad news from a friend.
Oh.
One of my closest friends just lost a baby girl, and it's just sort of got to me a little bit.
Oh, my word. How old was she then, dear?
Same age as me.
No, the baby girl.
The baby girl was only 1. She died of problems with the heart.
Oh.
It shocked me, but
Did she have like problems when she was born? As soon as she was
yeah,
born?
she did. There was nothing they could do about it.
Oh.
But it didn't. It upset me a bit, but I've cheered her up.
What did they say when she was born? Did they say she only had a short time, or what?
Yeah, she only had a short time. They said basically she's got to take it easy now, and she's really devastated. But she's still in hospital.
That's
She's
fair.
got
What
to
was that?
stay
What was
there.
that? What was that ping? Was that you?
No, that was
I heard. Was that you? Are you pinging, dear?
no, David's pinging.
Oh,
It's
so what
on
was
his
it?
AOL.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, can you turn off your sounds, please, and stop interrupting my conversations, dear?
Yeah, turn off your sound, David. Just but your speakers are.
Hit him! Oh, don't start to hit him. Just give him a hit. Let me listen.
I can't hit him.
Go on, it will throw something at him, dear. I don't go.
Hang on.
Oh, I love it. I don't go along with all this. Oh, you shouldn't hit them. You should talk to them. What a load of old crap that is. Give him a whack. Go on, you stop it then, love.
Okay, hang on. Come here, David. Come here. Come here. I'm gonna slap you in a minute.
I love it.
He's been a naughty boy.
Oh, really? Tell me more. I like naughty boys.
No.
Not that way.
Not that way. Last night I was lying in bed and he decided to tickle my feet.
No.
Git. Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, if there was a man laying next to me in bed and he tickled my feet, I'd be disappointed.
I was well upset.
Dear, just go back to that little girl again. What was her name then?
And well, basically, her name was Emma.
Come closer, darling. I can't hear you.
Her name was Emma. She's the same age as me.
No, the little girl.
Oh, the little girl she had.
Yeah.
It was Jasmine.
Poor little thing, dear. Jasmine.
Yeah, it just creased me up inside and made me think of my little.
Well, it's always well, you haven't had it yet, have you, darling? April, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm 33 weeks now.
April, yeah. Not long to go now, darling. Have you got everything in? Have you got your nappies?
Yes, I've got my nappies.
Well, of course, you know, I've never got out of them, to be honest, Kat.
Yeah, I've got mine on, Chris.
I'm still wearing nappies now. It's so much easier than having to get up and go to the toilet, isn't it? Let's be honest with these things,
Yes.
dear.
Yes, it is. I've got my bottles.
Oh, yes.
I don't think she caught on, Chris, to what
No,
you said.
I don't think she did either.
I did.
Do
I did.
try and keep up, dear.
No, I've
God's
got my
sake.
bottles for him.
Yeah,
We've finished the room.
yes.
It's a Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, is it? What's
Yes.
what's the Thomas the Tank Engine tune? There is a tune, isn't there?
Yes, and someone can
No.
sing it.
I can't sing. No.
I don't know if I can find that or not. Just a minute. Let's have a
No,
quick look.
David can sing it.
Oh, is it? Oh, excuse me. I've got hiccups now. 1 minute. Have we got Thomas the Tank Engine
David can sing it.
tune?
I can't
Here we
remember.
are. Here we are. Look, listen. Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, we love it, dear.
My little one's just gone to sleep now.
Isn't that wonderful, dear? And who's the green one? Gordon, isn't it? Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon, Thomas, Henry, Percy, James.
Yeah. Oh, I love it, dear. We love it.
They got an Indian train now.
A what?
Speaks Pakistani.
An Indian train, dear?
Yeah, on there.
Oh, well, they're trying to be politically correct. Oh, talking of Indian trains, I don't know if you're interested in trains. There was this wonderful programme on BBC Four the other night. Can you get BBC Four on the Isle of Wight, lovey?
Yes,
No.
we can.
Have you got colour?
Yes, we've got Sky.
Colour? On the Isle of Wight, dear?
Yeah.
You are having a laugh. I don't believe you.
Take the piss.
I know he's taking the piss. Because I've got
Colour on the Isle of Wight? I can't believe it. Oh, yeah, hit him. That's it. Keep hitting him. Anyway, there was this programme on BBC Four the other night about the Bombay Railway. Did you see it at all? Eh?
She's going over the top here.
Well, you probably asked for it anyway, David.
Ow.
We used to have our own TV station until it went bust.
Was it colour? Was it colour?
Is
Run by volunteers, was it?
yeah.
Was
Oh,
it-
David.
It was called Solent. It was called Solent TV.
Tell Chris.
Yeah,
what you
was
said
it
earlier.
colour? Was it colour?
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem then. If they hadn't spent so much money on the colour, they would have kept going, dear.
Come here. You're going to get a slap when you come back.
All right, that's enough fighting now. If you have any more trouble with you, David, you'll be tied down to a chair and forced to listen to Ross Patzelt and his trees.
Oh, don't do that.
Eh?
At least-
Oh, isn't he vile? He sits there burping his way and eating crisps halfway through the show. I mean, it's just no,
Chris.
there's no class whatsoever in that bloke, is there?
Chris, you could rub this in on him because Southampton beat Norwich 2-0 on Saturday.
God, you're not going to talk about football, are you?
No.
Oh,
How would you like some pictures when Charlie's born?
Send them over on the email, my darling. Share them with all of us.
You'll get to see him.
Good.
Will they?
Send them over, darling.
Oh, I will when he's born.
Here. I must tell you a very funny story this morning. I had to take some pills at 12 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you didn't hear me music and chat show this morning, did you?
No.
No, okay. Well, that's a new thing I'm doing now.
I fell asleep.
What show's this?
Okay. Here, you can have a quick look, dear. Heartheswish.com.
Oh, right.
Have a quick look. Here. Oh, I just remembered how long it takes you to type anything in. I wish I hadn't said it now.
No.
Oh, Christ. Here we go. Heartheswish.com. Are you ready? H-E...
Hang on. David will type it in because I can't stop laughing.
Do you know what? In a minute, I'm going to get my hymn book out and start singing hymns because I can't take this
David,
much
can you
longer
type
with you.
it in, please?
You're so bloody slow at doing that, aren't you, really?
I know. What is it, David? What is it, Chris?
I'm sorry. No, I can't. I've got to listen to a hymn to calm me down. Spirit of the living God, hear and shelter me. Oh, thank God that's calmed me down now. Sorry, I do get, annoyed sometimes. Oh, Lee Mills is calling me on the other phone. Hello, Lee Mills. Look, I've got 2 Skypes on at the same time. How exciting is that?
Woohoo!
Anyway, I'm on the air. Can you call back later, dear? Thank you so much. Goodbye. I hope you don't die in your sleep. Goodbye. Do you know, every 5 minutes, whenever I've got a show on, he's ringing up every 5 minutes. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yes. Have a little look at the site. Heartheswish.com. H-E-A-R.
Hang on. David, right? David, here. Yep, here, the swish.com.
H-E-A-R. T-H-E.
Yep.
S-W-I-S-H.
S-W-I-S-H.
.com.
.com.
Done it.
No, he hasn't yet.
.com.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
He's losing it, you see.
hurry up, dear.
Swish.
Done it.
Tom, yeah, he's got it. He's
That's
just
Wish.
swish. Yeah,
That's it, dear. Swish. Ugh.
swish. Swish. Oh,
Swish, as in those, those curtain rails. You probably haven't got any there, dear. I reckon I bet your curtains are hung up with bits of string, aren't they?
no, they're not. No.
Who is it?
Nothing.
Oh, I'm getting very hot now. I'm actually dressed as a hoodie today.
I can see.
Are you scared of me like this? Give me your mobile phone.
Hey?
Found it?
No, he hasn't. You. Oh, I've got to get a picture of this.
www.heartheswish. I tell you what, wouldn't it be easier if I sent you a link via
Yeah,
the
send David the
via
link.
I mean, it's not bloody hard, is it?
I know he's
Jesus.
been like this all morning. He's
Right,
been
hang on a
dancing
minute.
around the room.
See, the thing is with you two, you both come up on the Skype at the same. Oh, the other phone's going now. Just a minute. Hello.
Okay.
Hello, I'm just doing my internationally acclaimed global talk show at the moment, darling, so I cannot communicate with you. Are you listening live? Are you listening live? Why not?
He's sending you the link.
Why not? Well, why aren't you listening, dear? We'll take the laptop downstairs. You've got a new bloody Sony laptop there. Put it on, dear. Gathering dust in the corner. There's no music today, darling. The music show was at 10 o'clock. Now it's the chat show.
Swish.
I'm doing different shows. Later on, we're going to have a sports show and a special selection of porn videos showing at 8 p.m.
What?
Starring me. You don't actually see my face, just other parts.
I've got
That's it. He's got it.
Thank you very much. Goodbye. There we are. That's my
He's
friend.
got it.
Jack's
He's
not
got
there,
it.
Have you found it? Oh, praise my soul, the King of Heaven. Good God, dear. Thank the Lord for that. So we got there at last, didn't we? Anyway,
It's
so
not
that's
my
where.
fault. It's David's
What was I
fault.
going to say?
Well, that's where I
Christ.
am now on Monday mornings at 10 o'clock. Okay. If you click on schedule at the top, can you see schedule? At the
Not
t-
yet.
I've got a slow computer.
what?
He's got a slow computer.
Is it very old then? I didn't know you had an old computer there.
Yeah, he's got. Oh, he hasn't got what I've got, Chris.
Well, I should hope not. You're the woman, not him, dear.
No, he hasn't got a laptop. He's got a computer. I've got.
Come towards the microphone, dear. Come towards the light. Towards the light. We can't hear you again.
He's got.
Come towards the microphone. You've moved away.
I have not.
That's
he's got
better.
He's got a computer. I've got the laptop.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, well, I
Because
don't know what you're all
I
up
won't
to
let
there,
him. I
dear.
won't let David on my laptop at all.
Well, I don't blame you, my darling.
No, because he looks up certain sites and I don't like it.
He looks what?
Certain sites up.
No.
Yes.
What ones? Let me have a look.
Porn.
No.
Yep.
You haven't found any of my videos yet, I hope.
Not
No,
yet.
not yet. He looks at it. He looks at it, not me.
Terrible, dear. I think after hearing that, after hearing you talking about porn, I'm going to have to cleanse my soul. Oh, that's better. Right, anything else to say, or can I go?
You can go if you want.
What
Wait,
Eh?
Oh, guess what he said this morning?
Yes?
What?
What was it you said about Chris this morning, David?
What?
When he was on there?
Was it
Needing
possibly
something.
that I looked like I had lost weight?
I said
No,
that. No, he
no,
said something
no.
else.
What?
He said, David.
Was it you needed a shave?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, it's all right.
Oh my
It's
God!
fire alarm.
Is that a fire alarm? Evacuate! Sorry, gotta leave the building. I hear a fire alarm. Goodbye. Can you do the last 25 minutes? Can you do that? I heard a fire alarm. I have to evacuate, dear. Evacuate, thank you.
our fire alarm.
Carry on! Carry on!
It's not. It was a tester. It's a test. He's gone again.
My what's it called?
Well, it's all very strange, dear. I can't see a fire anywhere.
No, it was our fire alarm, our cleaner
Oh, you're a
And
dodgy
take-
character, aren't you?
Wakes me up, you see.
Trying to
But
get me out of the studio so you can take over my programme. What a liberty, dear. It's a liberty, that's what it is.
the cleaner wakes me up every morning with it.
Cleaner?
Yeah,
You've
cleaner.
got a cleaner? How can
Yeah,
you
he cleans
afford...
our hallway in the...
It cleans the
Communal-
communal area.
Yes.
How can you have a cleaner? I can't afford a cleaner here in
No,
Royal Bath.
not-
I'll pay for it on top of the rent.
Oh, dear, you got a cleaner. I haven't got a cleaner. I can't afford a cleaner, dear.
No, he doesn't clean inside our flat. He cleans out
Jesus
in the
Christ
hallway.
and Mary,
You
you
open the doors.
You two are loaded, aren't you? Absolutely
No,
loaded.
he cleans the hallway in as you come in the main door to the flats.
Right.
And he tests the fire alarm and it wakes me up of a morning and then I
God
get
almighty.
grumpy.
Well, you don't sound grumpy to me this morning. Before you go, could you do me one last favour?
Quick.
Give him another slap.
No,
He's run out the room.
no. Chris would rather slap me.
I don't think so. You're
I'm going to kill him now.
far too old for me, I'm afraid, David. Far too old.
Come here.
Hey, I'm not
So-
old.
Yes,
Don't-
you are. You've got a beard as well, David. You look like an old man.
Can you believe...
No, it's that monkey farm.
Can you believe this cat? Someone accused me the other day of actually chatting up someone my own age. How embarrassing was that?
Oh.
Lovely to talk to you two, my darlings.
Yeah, you take care.
All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There we are, lovely Cat and David there on the Isle of Wight. We're just going to talk to Millie in Minnesota very, very shortly on the show. Just wanted to show you a couple of these wonderful things. I don't know if you're a Doctor Who fan or not, which is coming back, of course, in the spring. Have you seen the trailers for the new Doctor Who? Looks all right, doesn't it? You know, I don't know. Can't say till I've seen a whole show. But my sister, for my birthday, bear in mind I'm 47 years old, but she purchased me this wonderful Doctor Who annual. I just banged my microphone there. The official annual 2010. Lots of pictures of various things in it. I don't know if there's any stories in here or anything like that. Oh, there's this thing in here. It says, "Which alien are you?" Well, let's try this. It says it's a dog-eat-dog universe out there, and it takes a lot to survive. But what do you have what it takes? Follow the flow chart to find out which alien are you. So we'll do this, right? Hang on a minute. Start here, and we go there. Are you always spoiling for a fight? Well, no. So I go there. Do you prefer to achieve your aims through stealth? Stealth. Well, I'm stuck there because I don't know what that means. Let me see. Is there a dictionary somewhere, dear? Have I got a dictionary? No. Well, can someone tell me what stealth is? Because I can't go any further. What is stealth? Let me know. We've got the Skype. Chris Reardon is the Skype. No, sorry. United Kingdom Radio is the Skype name. Okay, United Kingdom Radio is the Skype name. And the phone number 020 3287 1488. So, or of course, you can email into the show. The email address is chris@unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. Someone please tell me what is stealth. 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 I'm sorry for being ignorant there. Oh, hang on a minute. It's Tom Harris from TomHarrisUSA.com who says stealth is in a sneaky way. Do I prefer to achieve your... No, I don't. So the answer to that is no. Are you just doing your job? Well, it depends, doesn't it? No, I'm not just doing my job. I think I do more than that. So it says I am the wire. Well, what the bloody hell is the wire? Well, I don't know what that is. What a useless book this is. So she bought me this Doctor Who album, and she also bought me a double DVD, The End of Time Parts 1 and 2. Okay, which is basically the last the last Doctor Who with Peter Tennant before he changes into the new one. I can't remember what his name is now. Paul someone or other, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Right, we're going over to Millie in Minnesota now for some American amusing stories that she's been collecting all week and working very hard. Oh, hang on a minute. I've pushed the wrong button there, I think. Oh, here we go. Let's have a phone. Hello, phone call. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Chris.
Thanks for calling. Who's that?
It's Mike.
Hello, Mike. It's Mike Cullen. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm in Newcastle.
Nice to hear you. Good evening, Newcastle, home of Tyne Tees Television.
No more Tyne Tees Television?
I know, it's ITV1 now. How boring is that? It's all gone.
Oh, yes, Tyne Tees, the old Tyne Tees.
Yes.
We used to love that Tyne Tees. We had good programmes on.
There's no Thames, there's no London Weekend, there's nothing. There's no Tyne Tees, no Central, no ATV. But the only one that survived is Scottish Television, and I believe Ulster or Channel, one of those two. They survived, but the rest of them all became one company, and I personally think that's what made it, what ruined the whole thing, in my opinion.
Well, do you know what? I was watching things on YouTube because I love to watch the old close downs.
Not you as well. I've got all those.
You know, like the Tyne Tees night, and 4 and the BBC channels.
Mike, you're a very sad man because I do exactly the same thing.
I know, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Have you ever typed in something like Central Opening?
You want to say again, Chris?
Central, so you know Central Television, remember them?
Yes, they used to have the Geordie programme Arvida's in Pet, if anybody remembers that.
That's
from
right.
1982.
You remember the Central, the little logo? Here it comes, listen. You remember that?
I do. I remember that very well.
I have the full-length version here.
Have you?
Yes. Wonderful, wonderful piece of music. Do you like that? Would you like me to send that over to you? Have you got,
Chris? You breaking up a little bit there.
Oh, sorry. I'll have to send that over to you. That lovely piece of music. Wonderful, dear.
Lovely. I tell you what. Shall I Skype in because the phone call isn't that clear?
Isn't it? What? Can you not hear me properly?
No, it's very hit and missy.
Oh, is it? I tell you what. Skype me after I've spoken to Millie because we've got to go over to Millie now.
No problem, Chris. I'll do that.
She is standing by. All right, wait till I finish chatting away to Millie, and then we'll have a conversation on the Skype, all right?
Okay, mate. Speak
okay,
soon.
Mike, nice to talk to you. Thank you, Newcastle. Over and out. Right, we're going over to Millie now in Minnesota. She's just coming up on the line there. Hello, Millie. How are you? All right?
Yep, I'm good. How are you?
Lovely to hear you, dear. Did you enjoy my music and chat show this morning? Because you've been. This is the second show you've been on today, isn't it?
I know.
I mean, you are becoming a show whore, if you don't mind me saying so.
Yeah, you watch yourself, Christopher.
You have become a show prostitute, dear. Appearing everywhere, dear.
Watch yourself, Christopher.
Forcing yourself without even getting paid for it, eh?
Or else, you better watch yourself, Christopher, or I'll tell your sister that you're being mean to me.
Oh, no, don't ring my sister, for God's sake. That's the last thing I want her coming down here, dear.
So then you better be nice to me, because you know what? You're the reason I stayed up all night.
You're the reason I want you.
You're the reason I stayed up all night, because I did not want to risk missing my segment on the show and letting you down. So I have not been to sleep yet.
Well, here is your segment. Now, you've been kindly looking around on the American news stories this week, haven't you? And you've come up with a few amusing stories for us all.
Yes, you better brace yourself. This first one is a doozy.
I'll figure. What is it? Oh, what is a doozy, darling?
That means it's like like huge. I mean, it's gonna really knock your socks off.
Go on, darling. Let's hear it, girl. Let's hear it.
Okay. In the Now I've Heard Everything department.
In the what?
It's in the Now I've Heard Everything department.
Yes.
A Toronto restaurant announced that its Valentine's Day promotion this year would not just be a romantic dinner, but would also include an invitation for couples to have sex in the restrooms.
No.
Yep.
And which restaurant is this at, Millie?
Mildred's Temple Kitchen in Toronto, Canada.
Oh, I'm going to write this down. I might come along next year.
Toronto public health officials appeared unconcerned as long as there was no sex on food preparation areas and as long as the restrooms were clean. Bodily fluids were not a concern, said one unruffled health official, because after all, that's what restrooms are for. Oh my goodness. Do you believe that?
Well, Millie, I can't lie to you. I have been in a few public conveniences myself. No, that's lying. Not public conveniences, toilets and clubs. I have. I can't lie to you, dear.
Well, that's a little bit more than I wanted to know, Chris, but hey, if it works, whatever floats your boat, my friend.
I've seen some very strange videos on this computer, I'm telling you now, my love. People who have done films in cubicles and things like that. I mean, where will it all end, dear? We're trying to keep this as a family-based programme, dear.
Very, very difficult to do, I think, with a story like this.
Where is this place? Canada?
Yes, uh-huh.
Oh, there's another holiday that I'd like to do, and that is to go on the Canadian. I believe it's called the Canadian Pacific. Is it?
I have no clue.
Canadian Pacific. It's a railway. That goes through the Rocky Mountains.
Cool.
Yeah.
That would be a good one to do.
Yeah, looks really good. What else you got there, my darling?
Okay. In the dumb criminals department, Travis Copeland, 19, bolting from a courtroom in Illinois in January, ran down a hallway and then lowered his shoulder and thrust himself at a window, intending to crash through it to freedom. Courthouse windows are bulletproof, and Copeland merely bounced off, staggered away, and fell to the floor in pain.
I have a feeling people would bounce off me and you as well, Millie.
Definitely me because of my motorized wheelchair.
Well,
I'm not.
Well,
so
actually, going back to your restaurant story there, I mean, it reminds me of the whole George Michael affair all over again in the public toilets. Do you remember that one, dear?
Yes, I do.
I quite like him because he just comes out with it. He just says what he thinks and that's it.
Yep. Exactly.
I do quite like that. Although sometimes,
I don't understand what the big deal was anyway.
Well,
jeez.
You know, I quite like honesty, as long as it's honesty that doesn't hurt someone. You know, I don't quite like honesty like that. But you were going back to that restaurant. You've got a restaurant story yourself, haven't you?
I certainly do, but it has nothing to do with sex.
I know. Go on, tell us that one, because this always amuses me, this.
Well, you see, for those that don't know, Chris calls me Motorized Millie because I happen to use a motorized wheelchair to get about. And on New Year's Eve of 2003, I had gone out for dinner with one of the people that works for me, and our table became ready. And in order to get to the table, there was this man that was right in my way of where I needed to go. So I said, "Excuse me." And he didn't move. So I figured, well, he didn't hear me the first time, so I got to say it louder. So I said it again, louder, and he still didn't move. And I thought, okay, this is getting a little bit disconcerting now. So I thought, okay, one more time. Said, "Excuse me" again, and he didn't move And this time I knew he was doing it deliberately. So I thought to myself, all right, I'll fix you. And I put my chair in high gear and I ran right over his foot.
Did he say anything?
He just gave me a dirty look. If looks could have killed, I'd be 6 feet under by now.
Well, I'm glad you did that, my darling. I'm very pleased you did that.
Me too. It felt good. And actually, before we leave, I owe you a great big thank you, Chris.
For what?
Well, for those that don't know, I had a bit of a nasty bout where I was depressed earlier, about 2-3 weeks ago, and ever since then, Chris has been very vigilant about checking on me, making sure I'm okay, and that just really means a lot to me, Chris. Thanks.
That's all right, my darling. Always like to keep an eye on people.
I know, but still, I mean, you really look after me like a mother hen.
Mother hen, dear. Mother hen? I'm not here clucking away, dear. You sort me out another... I'll tell you what, sort me out another few stories for next Monday afternoon, okay?
You bet.
And can you spread the word that the show has now moved to Monday afternoons at 12 o'clock?
Will do so.
Just before you go...
will, put it on my Facebook status.
Lovely. And just before you go, what did you think of the music and chat show? Did you find that different?
I loved it. I'm glad to see that you're going to be back on the air on Mondays at 10.
You enjoyed that, good.
Yes, absolutely.
We might do another few mornings. We'll just see how the one show a week goes at the moment.
Well, I will be listening to that, and trust me when I tell you, I will not miss any of your shows.
All right, darling. Now, listen. When you're on air, you need to turn off your sounds, darling. Do you know how to do that?
Yes, dear.
Okay, because I can hear your sounds coming through.
Well, I can't really... It's my Skype sounds, and I can't really turn those down.
Yeah, you can. If you click on Tools.
Right.
Click on Options.
Right.
Click on Sounds on the left.
Okay.
And I think it's just underneath where it says on the right. Doesn't it say disable all sounds?
Let me just check. Actually, you know what? I am not... Oh, where it says options. Okay, hang on.
Always here. Chris Reardon, technical support.
Oh, yeah, mute all sounds. You're right.
All right, so
okay.
Before you come on, just hit that where it says disable all sounds, and we won't have that coming through all the time. And then if you want to just re-enable them when you go, so otherwise you might miss phone calls unless you're watching the computer.
Yep.
All right?
All right, Chris. I'll see you next week.
All right, my darling. Nice to talk to you, Millie.
Yep, thank you.
Bye-bye. There we are. Millie in Minnesota with some amusing stories from the States. I would like to get a few more people involved in the show, actually. Anything at all like that perhaps you can think of yourself that you'd like to contribute to the show, perhaps as a one-off, do let us know on the email, chris@unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. Hello to Brenda, who's listening. She's also in the States, who says it might be stealth, which is being sneaky. Yes. I don't think I'm a very sneaky person, Brenda. Nice to have you with us, darling. I don't think I'm sneaky. But I'm not quite sure what the wire is. Oh, it's another phone call. Hello, Mike. Good morning. No, that's... Hello? I tell you what, that's Mike, and I know that's you, Mike. You've called on the wrong one. You've called on my personal Skype. The Skype for this programme is United Kingdom Radio, and you'll have to be quick now, because we're running out of time, Mike Cullen, all right? Do hurry up. United Kingdom Radio is the Skype, Mike. Add that and call me on that one, because the private one won't work with this particular show. Okay? Now, We haven't got much time to do the rest. I know we've got someone listening in Scotland today. Hello to you, sir. Oh, I'm just trying to remember his name for a minute. Or he kill me if I don't remember his name. Just a minute now. Let me find his name. Oh dear. Stuart. Sorry, I nearly forgot you. And he's a policeman as well. So I will be nicked now for not remembering his name, dear. Please don't nick me. Stuart's up in... And I noticed up in Scotland there was this programme on the BBC News 24 this morning. And they were talking about breakfasts. Apparently, some of the schools want to do breakfast clubs up in Scotland because they say people are eating not very good things for their breakfast, especially the children. And they were saying that, well, whenever they look at children's lunchboxes, they find crisps and sticky cakes. And then they went to interview these two little girls. And they said, oh, what did you have for breakfast this morning? And one of these little girls, she had a piece of toast, a plum, and a watermelon. And they interviewed another little girl, and she had had a plum and a kiwi for breakfast. I mean, how boring is that? Who wants to eat plums and kiwis for breakfast here? God! Toast, plum and watermelon. What a boring old breakfast that is, isn't it, eh? Awfully boring breakfast. You've got to... what do I... Well, I mean, I'm sort of... have a similar breakfast to that myself. Now, let me just try and get hold of our other caller. I tend to have bran flakes and blueberries or something like that. Now, I just want to try and get hold of Mike because I think he's got the wrong information there. Let me see. Is he in Salford? I think he's in Salford. I'm not sure. Up to north, innit? Up to north. Let's see if he comes up now. Mike in Salford. That's not worked, is it? Just a minute. Because I'm running out of time here. Unless we do. Do you want me to do 2 hours? You don't want me to do 2 hours, do you? Just a minute. Let's try ringing him on here. Oh dear. Hello? Oh, there you are, Mike. Can you ring me on the Skype name that you need to ring me on to go on there is United Kingdom Radio. Yeah, the actual username is United Kingdom Radio. I don't think you've got it on there, have you? Are you in Salford? Oh, well, that's the wrong mic then I've added. Just a minute, let me see. Yeah, I've added the wrong mic. Hang on a minute, let me just add you then, otherwise we'll miss it. Right, what's your email, Mike? On the Skype. So what? No one can hear this. No one, only I can hear this. Eh? At what is that? Oh right, okay. Right, hang on. Oh, gotcha. Right, add contact. Okay, trying to add you now. Can you see me come up there? Blah, blah, blah. Who is it? Hey, you got it? Sorry, boys and girls, we're just trying to do a little bit of technological stuff. Got it? Now, where are you then? Oh, there you are. Okay, I'll ring you back on that one, okay? Lovely. All right. I really am a hub of connections here, aren't I? Right, there we are, Mike. There we are. We'll get that one up now. David wants to know, are you still thinking of doing 2 hours? Well, it might turn into that now, because Mike's... we've got you. There we are. Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike.
Hello.
All right? All right.
Yes.
Have you turned off your media player?
The media player, yes, that's turned off, yes.
Oh, you sound very good quality, but I'm coming back to myself. Try ringing me. Try ringing me.
Right. Okay, then I'll try and ring you, Chris.
Okay. Right, we'll try that again because it's echoing away there. Yeah, we might. Well, we'll do a bit longer. I know we're at an hour now, but we can do a bit longer because there's no one on after me until 4 o'clock, I think, here on United Kingdom Radio. Answer that. There we are with you, Mike.
Is that any better, Chris?
Wonderful. Yeah, no echoing at all. You sound like you're sitting next to me.
Oh, do I?
Isn't it wonderful?
Nice, that's lovely.
I know, fantastic. How are you, all right?
I'm fine. I haven't spoken to you for ages
I know,
and ages.
I know, it's been a while. You were with us for the music and chat show as well, weren't you?
Yes, I was this morning, yeah.
Did you
so
enjoy it?
good to have you back on the airwaves, Chris.
It's a long time. I did, when I was on holiday in Australia a couple of weeks ago, I went on this little island, Norfolk Island. It's the most beautiful place. And they have on there a community radio station, which I listened to it for a while, and it's very informative, but not much fun. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a criticism, but it's completely different. So I went on there and I did a 2-hour show, which I did similar to the shows that I've always done, and that went down quite well. That was the only music and chat show that I've done for 5 years. So, and this morning was really the only one. So I really enjoyed doing that, actually. Completely different to doing a chat show.
Yeah, I mean, what's happening with me at the minute, I'm starting to feel more sort of confident, doing radio shows now than I used to be in the old, the other radio station.
Yeah.
So I'm beginning to feel more confident. I'm beginning to feel more comfortable. I'm not sort of beginning to tighten up when I go on air, things like that. And that comfort has just came within the past couple of years, really.
Yeah, if you need to just sit back there and relax a bit and not worry too much about things,
Mm-hmm. The reason why I wanted to talk to you, Chris, was read the email that I sent to you when you were in Australia.
Oh, yes.
Basically, I've got a lot to thank you for, Chris.
Oh, what's this then, dear?
It's just really to thank you for all the support that you've given me through the years and stuff like that, and all the help and what can I say, the knowledge as well, the knowledge and the comfort as well. I've just sort of taken the lead from you, really, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Well, if you want to do something, the wonderful thing about the internet is if you want to do something, you can just go and do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's keeping going. It's not all about numbers. I mean, it's not. This is the difference between me and a lot of people, really. They're all concerned about numbers. How many people are listening? Oh, there's less than 10,000, so it's not worth doing. I don't go along that route at all. If there is 1 or 2 people enjoying what you're doing, then do it.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing about it.
Never ever be led by numbers all the time. I work for various people, one of which in particular is just all is interested in is the bottom line. There's nothing else. Now, to me, that is a good businessman, but it's not a good manager. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can be a good businessman. You can, own a large company. You can be a damn good businessman, but you might not be a very good manager. A good businessman makes as much money as possible with the least effort and the least outlay. A very, very good businessman. A good manager can do that and keep everyone happy.
Of course.
And there's a huge difference in that. Huge difference in that. If you're going to be a good manager, let's see you keep everyone happy. If you can't keep anyone happy, you're not a good manager.
Exactly.
You're a good businessman, yes. 100 points to you for making thousands of pounds. But
good manager.
But does anyone respect you? Will you be remembered for that when you're dead? I sometimes think about that. What would people remember me for when I'm dead, I wonder? I hope that I will be remembered perhaps for making some people smile now and again. Not all the time. Not everything I said is hilarious and funny. When I listen back to my own shows, which I do find painful, seriously, I've found it incredibly painful. But I'm not the only one. Even Terry Wogan says that. He can't listen to himself. Not everything is funny, but now and again, if I can make a little smile here, a little smile there, then all well and good. I hope I would not be remembered for offending anyone.
Oh God, no.
The last thing I'd ever want to do is offend someone. Now, you heard Kat and David who were on the Skype earlier, and I like to tickle them a little bit and wind them up a bit. But they know, as well as most people that know what I do, that I would never, ever want to offend anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's got to be kind of in your remit as well, you know. Never offend anyone. Always be trying to amuse. And of course, there's lots of different ways of doing radio shows. Or is that your phone? Do you want to get that? Go on. We'll wait.
No, that's fine. It's gone off now.
Are you sure?
Well, it hasn't. Just a minute. There we go, Chris.
Who was on the phone? Well, who was it? You don't know who it was now.
I don't know.
Oh. Well, it's a bit of a waste of time then, weren't it? You don't know that could have been BBC Radio Newcastle about to offer you a job.
I don't think so somehow, Chris. I'm not good enough for the BBC.
I had ambition of wanting to work on BBC Radio 2. To be honest, I've never wanted to work on commercial stations, because they just don't do it for me. It's all, speak for 10 seconds, station name type. It's as boring as hell. And those awful breakfast shows in the morning of of usually a man and a woman or a boy and a girl laughing aimlessly throughout the morning at things that just aren't bloody well funny. And it's plastic. It's so false. It's so false. One guy I do like, and there's a couple of people I have great respect for. Tony Blackburn. Okay?
Definitely Tony Blackburn.
He is my hero DJ. And all that old school, Jimmy Savile, Dave Lee Travis, all of those.
Yes, Dave Lee Travis.
I love them. They are entertaining me. When I listen to their shows, they are entertaining me. The commercial thing, and it's not necessarily the fault of the presenters, but the people on commercial radio station in this country are basically told that they have a list of liners there. And it's just so false and plastic, right? This show now I'm doing, and the new one that I'm doing on Swish, that is me. There's no rules. Well, there is rules. There is rules, but they are rules that you can quite easily sit in.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't got to worry about this, that and the other and all that business. And it really is me. When you're listening to these guys on commercial radio station, a lot of the time it's not really them. A lot of these, and it's a great shame, a lot of these young people that are on commercial radio stations have a huge amount of talent that they're just not allowed to use. And it's a shame. So I've never really wanted to go on the whole ILR thing. However, I have wanted to. I kind of dreamt of a show on Radio 2 or something like that. But even then, you would be restricted into what you can do and say. Yeah. Yes, the millions of listeners are there, but do you see what I mean? So I do this show. Might only have a handful of people listening and watching, but so what? You in your show and me on mine are almost in complete control of what happens, what gets played out within reason. You rarely hear me swear. Sometimes I swear on this because it's just like it doesn't matter too much. But I try and keep that down. I'm not a swearer on air really. Not really, unless something really gets on my nerves. You'd never hear me swear on a radio station like the whole Swish thing. You'd never hear me swear on that. And the funny thing is, Mike, I find that easy not to swear. And yet, in real life, my mouth is very blue.
You swear like a trooper in real life,
God,
Chris.
Yeah, you ask anyone. You ask Terry Turner. Or
well, getting back to the whole subject of radio and stuff like that, about a year ago, I was on a station and they wanted the whole format. This was an internet station. They wanted the whole format to sound commercial. And there was a format there. There was a fixed format. And if you didn't follow that format, you were in big trouble. And that's an internet station.
Oh, yeah, I think I know the one you mean. Yeah, it's Well, I mean, I have very strong views on that. You know, I mean, it was almost totalitarian.
Yes.
Do you understand what I mean? You
Yeah.
do this, you do that. And, you know, when people made a mistake, they were down on them like a ton of bricks. And a lot of these people, they were young people. I don't know why. For some reason, you rarely hear young girls doing internet radio. It's always young lads or young boys. And if they make a mistake, they need to be led down the right path, but in a certain way. Like, oh, hello, Mike. Yeah, it's only Chris here at the radio station. Mate, you said something today around about 12 o'clock. You shouldn't have really said that. It's a little bit all right. Can you just watch that for next time, mate? And that's not a problem. Okay?
Absolutely.
That's how I would do it.
That's the way to approach it properly.
Yeah, this is like a strong letter. And it's totalitarian. And that's why I had nothing to do with it. I didn't want to do it. On the other side of I'm sure I know who you're talking about. On the other side of they didn't ask me anyway, so it doesn't, you know, whatever. But I didn't want to do it because of that.
Yeah.
Every station has to have a framework. You have to have a framework. For example, on Gravity, on Swish, where I do the music and chat show, the format from there is 67, you know, old music. But I am allowed to play stuff that is fairly light and airy. For example, Cheryl Cole, Fight for Your Love, something like that. But perhaps not 50 Cent, because it's too heavy. You see what I mean? So I have that.
I guess this morning.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to swear, okay, or say anything nasty. You're not allowed to play a record by the same artist 3 times in an hour. So basically, it's just common sense. I can work within that. No problem. I can work within that. But going back to if a young lad on a station does something wrong, don't bang him down with a hammer. You know, tell him gently, hello, you've done this wrong. This is how you need to do it. No problem. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was, do you think there should be a minimum age for doing internet radio, Chris?
No, I don't. There's a
Chris,
young.
just get me mobile a minute.
Yeah, okay. Go on, don't answer it. Don't worry about us here. Oh dear.
It's okay. I know what it is.
Terrorhawks, stay on this channel.
The Terrorhawks. Do you remember that program, the Terrorhawks?
Eh?
Yeah, do you remember the Terrorhawks?
Yeah, I remember Zelda. I'll get you,
I still love
Zelda.
Zelda.
I'll get you, Zelda. I loved Zelda. She looks a bit like Ross Patzelt. She does. Zelda from Terrorhawks could be Ross Patzelt. I'm telling you that now, mate.
I used to love the program. I used to have it on DVD as well. I bought it on DVD from Amazon.
Oh yeah.
And I just sat and watched it all the way through. I loved it, but I don't have it now because it got lost when I moved.
Oh no! What?
Yeah,
What? Terrorhawks?
Yeah, Terrorhawks. Yeah.
Hey, can you still get that?
Yes, you can.
I'm sorry. I've just realised I didn't update the Skype thing. That's better. Does that say live now? It does, doesn't it? On the Skype thing, live now.
Yes, live now. Crystal.
Yeah, I've sorted that. I should have done that earlier. We're hemorrhaging listeners, dear. I'm sure we're hemorrhaging listeners and
It
viewers.
was next year for Millie as well.
Anyway, you were saying, Mike.
Yes, what was I saying? Oh, yes, about the minimum age for internet radio presenters. Do you think there should be a minimum age?
No, I don't. And I'll tell you why. There is one lad, now I've heard him do a couple of shows, Mikey Holt. Have you heard from him?
I haven't. No, I haven't heard from him.
Holt. Okay, he's 14 years old, right? And he did a show here on United Kingdom Radio just a couple of weeks ago, a half-hour show, and I was really impressed. He's quite a clever lad as well. He won't be with us this afternoon. He'll be at school at the moment, but he's actually very, very. He's got it all up here. I'll tell you that. And his voice hasn't. I don't think his voice is broken yet. It's still very young. Although it's not like that. Oh, it might have broken actually. Let me think. I'm just trying to. If I could just find. I don't know if I'm able to play a little bit of him. Let me see if I can find him. You'd be very impressed with the way he sounds and all that. Let's just bring this up for you. And I'll find this and We'll just play a tiny little bit of Mikey Holt. And I think he's really good. He can go somewhere. He's BBC. Mikey Holt easily could do BBC at some point. There he is. 1 minute. How do I do this now? Just have a quick listen.
Talk radio from the UK, United Kingdom.
This is from a couple of weeks ago, so just have a little listen here. And he also coped very well, because the thing is with internet radio stations which take Skype calls and phone-in calls, you get a lot of dickheads. You know what I mean?
Yes,
people
yes, you do.
who come up and start like swearing or coming out with sexual comments or anything, which I can cope with. You wouldn't expect it when a young lad of 14 is on. You wouldn't expect people to do that to him. However, they did. You know, and he
coped with it quite well.
He coped with it fantastically. He just laughed it off. You know, I think it's awful when you've got someone young doing that to come out with the stuff that some people were coming out with on his show. Well, it's probably one person who can. I think there's a way of changing your name at the top on the Skype. I don't know myself. And I thought, oh no, why are they? I mean, for a start, he's 14. For God's sake. You know, he's 14, please. All right, give it to me. I'll handle it fine. But don't start giving it to some young kid who's trying to do a show. But
it could be a little bit more tactful, couldn't it, Chris?
Absolutely. But he handled it really well. He was really good. Anyway, let me just play you a little
Your voice sounds a bit weird, James.
I'm sorry.
Here we go.
I love you.
I know you do.
You've only got about 2 listeners. What's going on?
Are you actually listening live?
Yeah.
I've got 6 listeners, actually. You're wrong.
No, you've got 2.
No, I've got 6.
No, you've got 2. That's you and me.
Oh, you and me together for eternity. We love each other, don't we? Yeah, anything else?
Yeah. Do you drink your own cum?
No. Hello, caller. LBC News Desk.
Hello, I've just had a baby. Do you know what it's called? Have a guess.
LBC.
No, it's called
Interesting. What callers? See, the type of show I usually do is focusing on the callers. I don't tend to do it like... I don't like speaking to myself, so I don't tend to do any pre-recorded stuff. I prefer to actually speak to people. Which is why you can call 0203 287 1488, or you can Skype United Kingdom Radio.
There we are. That's a little bit of young Mikey Holt there. What do you think of him?
That's interesting stuff, that actually.
Yeah,
and he does handle the calls quite well.
He's really good, and I'm so impressed. It was the first time I heard one of his shows, and that's why I say to you, no, I don't think there should be a limit on the age of people.
Mm-hmm. I co-present with a guy called Dan Stedman on a Saturday and Sunday morning on Gravity.
Right.
Now that can be a little bit hard work because Dan really hasn't got it upstairs, if that makes any sense. But so basically, I've got to be in control of the whole, like the whole show, and I've got to, I've got to prep everything and everything like that. But Dan's there. He comes along. He's quite dedicated. Committed, and we get on really well actually. And he's only 14.
Okay, yeah, that's why. So you're I was going to say you're learning him. That's a bad bit of English, isn't it? Really, you're teaching him then.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, I'm just giving him a little piece of my knowledge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it works fine. We do bounce off each other quite well, to be honest.
Good. Is he in the same room as you, or is it done over Skype or something?
It's done over Skype, yeah.
Oh, okay, so where is he?
He's in the Isle of Wight.
Oh, isn't it? Is in Cat and David land?
Yes.
Oh,
he is.
Yeah. David has just texted into the show and says, Chris, how about getting Tony Blackburn on the show? Oh, don't be silly. He's far too big to want to be on this little show. He won't want to be on here.
Just imagine Tony Blackburn on your show, Chris. That'd be so fantastic.
This week, Tony Blackburn. Next week, our special guest is Shirley Bassey, and the week after, Madonna. Can I just do some messages here? Doug says he's sent me a link to The Wire, which is apparently The Wire was. It says from a this was when we were doing the Doctor Who book annual. I was looking in the Doctor Who annual. If you were with us at the beginning of the show, and it was saying, which monster are you? Okay, and we were following this flowchart, and apparently I am The Wire. Okay, and I didn't know what this was. Apparently The Wire was a criminal from the planet Hermethica, sentenced to death and executed by its people. It managed to preserve itself as an energy being that escaped to Earth in 1953. It conceals itself in television signals, transferring itself from set to set. It fed off the mental signals of the brains of humans, paralysing them and then sucking out their energy with electrical tendrils. Oh, it's all very scary, really, isn't it? So apparently that's what I am. So thanks for that, Doug. Stuart, up in Scotland, says, I am in trouble now. Educate the kids with good nutrition. Well, I mean, if I could sit down here and eat a kiwi and a banana for lunch, I can't do it, dear. I try so much, I really do. Doug also says, talking about starring in porn and playing hymns on the same show. Nothing wrong with playing a hymn or two, Doug. Oh, I love church. You know I play the organ at church, don't you, Mike?
I was going to ask you about that because I play, I've got a Korg Triton.
You've got a what, sorry?
Korg Triton keyboard, which is just next door in the bedroom.
A cold... Can you spell that for me?
Yeah, Korg, K-O-R-G.
Yeah.
Korg Triton.
Triton?
Yes, Korg Triton, yeah.
Let's have a look at that. I've never heard of this. Oh, world leader of musical instruments. Okay. Let's have a look. Well, we've got a proper church. Oh, yes. Oh. Is it a square thing?
It's a massive big keyboard. It's got about
no, that's not it then.
1, 2, 3, possibly about 7 octaves.
Oh right, okay. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Korg Triton. You said, didn't it? Triton. Never heard of this actually.
You not?
No, Korg Triton. There it is. 61 key music workstation sampler. Is it?
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. And it's such a lovely machine. It just does everything that you need it to. Oh, but I use it in conjunction with a piece of software called Reardon.
Right. No, it's not coming up.
It's not coming up. Oh dear.
No, and that's on the Korg site. Has it been discontinued? No product available.
And do you know, I wouldn't have thought so, Chris. I wouldn't have thought that it had been discontinued, but I got mine for a good price.
Let's have another look. Triton again. Let's try search. No, I can't find that. It's just coming up with manuals. I'm no good at finding things. You know when you do search things for this,
yeah,
completely useless at doing that sort of thing.
Probably best off looking at Google Images.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, that's an idea. Yeah, Korg Triton. How do I do that then? Korg. Oh yeah, images. Yeah, 1 minute. Oh yes, I can see it now. Oh yes, very nice.
Isn't it? It's lovely, isn't it?
Very nice. Yes, I've got downstairs a Yamaha keyboard. You know, it stands like a piano.
Oh yes.
And that's what I do my practice it on. And it's got a wonderful church organ on that. It's got piano and violins and all that sort of thing, which is quite good there. Yes. Oh, you'll have to bring in your Triton and give us a tune one week, Mike.
I certainly will do. Yes. Okay. What I was going to ask was, do you read music, Chris?
Very, very slowly.
Me too. Even though in 2005 I got a degree in music, which you were taught possibly every part of the theory, from score writing to making film scores, making radio jingles, all that sort of thing. And it was just such an interesting course as well. It was brilliant. What a great course it was. I would love to go back and do the whole thing again.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's. I used to do a thing. What was it? Years ago when I was at school. This was some exams. Now, what were they called? Musical exams for playing the piano. There was a name for them. I can't remember what. It was at the Royal School of Music, which I think was in Knightsbridge or somewhere like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was that. And usually you went into this big room for the exams, right? And there was like 2 people sitting at a table and a great big grand piano. Oh, I hated doing those exams.
That wasn't the rock school, was it?
No. Royal College of Music, that was it.
Ah, the Royal College of Music.
Royal College of Music. Oh, very posh, dear. Very posh indeed.
I have to go to the Royal College of Music. That'd be lovely.
I can't read music very well at all. I can read it very slowly. But I mainly play the piano by listening to something and then playing it.
That's what I do as well.
Yeah, it's the easiest way to do. Now, when it comes to the church music, I did used to play the organ at church many, many years ago, about 25 years ago. So there's been a 25-year gap. Well, of course, now I've gone back again, and a lot of the hymns they're new hymns, what I call happy clappy hymns. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed,
The more traditional music, because I'm Catholic, the more traditional music you can still get, they still play them. Indeed, in the Church of England, I don't think they ever updated their hymn books. They're still singing all the traditional ones. But the Catholic ones, there's a lot of these, what I call happy clappy hymns. And of course, I've had to learn them all over again. And I've had terrible trouble really learning them. But one of the ways I've found of doing it, because I listen and then play, is to actually type the title of the hymn into YouTube. And quite often you can find people that have already done this. You know, they've either sung, there's all sorts of things on YouTube. They've either sung or sat next to a piano and played the hymn. Mm-hmm. And then I've watched that and learnt it from that, which is quite a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it. I was there last night. I'm sure the priest there has been testing me recently, because the last 2 weeks, because I generally get the hymns on a Wednesday to try and learn them, and in the last 2 weeks, he's given me lists of hymns, and I haven't known. I've had to learn 4 or 5 hymns in a week, and it's all a bit hard going, really, Mike.
I bet it is. So do you? The only trouble with me playing the piano is having trouble with the left hand, because it's not very, I don't sort of exercise it very well. Do you know what I mean?
Well, when I say I read music, what I tend to do is play. I can read the top line quite reasonably quickly. Okay.
The treble clef, yeah.
Yeah. The bottom, the bass, I make up as I go along. Believe it or not.
Yeah, there's a slight difference with the bass clef.
Yeah. Well, the chords seem to come on their own with that hand. So as long as I've got the tune, I'm reading the tune, but the chords I'm making up as it goes, and I just seem to be able to do it. I'm not quite sure how, but there we are.
So what kind of chord sequences have they got in these hymns? I mean, are they quite straightforward, or do you have, maybe it's a flat 9 or a flat 13 or something like that, or is it just basic?
Sorry, say that again?
When you play the hymns in the church, are the chords quite basic, or is there some complex chords?
Well, I don't read the chords. I only read that top note, the melody.
Ah, right, okay.
The top note I read, and the bottom part of it I make up as I go along with my left hand. It just seems to come. I can't explain it how I know what to hit, but I do.
Right. So have you had much training with playing the keyboard and stuff like that, or just did it just come to you?
I had a lady who taught me the piano years and years ago when I was about 7 years old, I think. I wanted a real piano, and Mum and Dad from a very early age taught me to save up for things. So Dad would give me pocket money, 10 pence a week, okay, and I bought post office saving stamps. And they were 10 pence each. So I would get my pocket money and go and buy a post office saving stamp. You'd stick it in a book, and when the book was full up, it was worth £5. All right? So I saved up a few of these, and then Mum started looking in the paper for a piano. And Dad said, well, you paid for the piano, and I'll get it moved. Okay, Dad. Right, so I saved this, and a piano came up for sale in the paper, and it was £3. Now, do bear in mind, we are going back here 10, 20, 30, 40. We're going back here 37 years, okay? So this piano came up for sale in the local newspaper, £3. So I said, well, I've got that, Dad, £3. Okay, we'll go and have a look. So we went to see this piano, and I bought it. So I bought the piano for £3, and my dad paid to have it moved, which cost him £10.
Is it more expensive than the piano itself?
Well, we lived in flats, and we were upstairs, and there's no way you can move a normal piano. We're not talking electric. This was a proper mechanical piano. You pressed a key, it moved a bit of wood, which moved a hammer, which banged against a string in the back of them. These things were so heavy.
Yeah, they were.
So heavy. So my dad paid to have it moved, and it was installed in the house, and that was it. But before I had piano lessons before I actually had a piano. And the music teacher, her name was Miss Allen, lovely old lady she was. And she came round to the house on the first day, and she had basically a cardboard keyboard. And she showed me where to put my hands on this keyboard, and I had to practice by hitting the keyboard in the relevant place, because it was made out, it was a picture of a keyboard on a cardboard thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I started, and I would go up and see her, and the music reading didn't come along very well at all. But I played by ear, and very quickly I started to pick up myself. I'd listen, and I'd sit at the piano and I'd play. But she didn't like that, because I was supposed to be learning the music. And for whatever reason, I stopped going to the lessons, but she really started me off. Mm-hmm. And then I had a few piano lessons in school. I didn't really enjoy those, because I didn't want to read music. Mm-hmm. Didn't really want to sit down there and play Mozart or anything else. I wanted to listen to pop songs on the radio, and I would listen to the pop songs and then sit there and play them on the keyboard at home. And the funny thing is with the pop songs, as time went on, and then in my 20s, I started playing the organ at our local church. And as well as the hymns, at the end of the service, we had a priest, Father Symes was his name. At the end of the service, I would always finish off, unbeknown to him, with something I'd heard on the radio or a TV theme, which I kind of organified, if you see what I mean. I'd finish off with Neighbours.
Right.
Yeah. or EastEnders or something like that.
Well, that's quite easy to play, isn't it?
Yeah. I'd finish off with something like that at the Mass. So that's how I learnt to play, really. So, yeah, Miss Allen started us off, but really I am self-taught.
Bit like me. I mean, I was self-taught at school and all that. I mean, although there was a couple of drum teachers in the school, there was a guy called Tony Wilson, which he sort of taught me off when I was about 14 at school. Then I picked up kind of rudiments and stuff like that, and then then this guy came in who used to be the drummer for the Toy Dolls.
Oh yes.
And his name was Malcolm Dick.
Right.
And he came in, and I learned a bit more about rhythmic structure.
Say that again. What structure?
Rhythmic structure.
Oh right, yeah. sorry, I didn't hear what you were saying. Yeah,
sorry, Chris. And then, so basically putting all that together, and then taking that out of school, and then going to college in 1998, I was taught the drums, I was taught the guitar, I was taught more of the keyboard as well when I was at college. And that's really been helpful for me, because that's got me into bands.
What bands have you been in? What have you played?
Oh, going back, blimey. 15-year-old, I was in a band called Inner Magic, and we started off doing just the local pubs and that.
Yeah.
And we done stuff from 60s, 70s, 80s, I remember one particular song we used to do, Del Shannon, Runaway.
Runaway, yes, I know that one.
We used to do, Oh, baby, won't you take a chance? What's it called?
Let's dance.
Let's dance.
Let's dance. Da, 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 da. Oh, I wonder if that's on our karaoke system. That one. I might have a go at that one tonight. That's a good one to do, isn't it? Let's dance.
Chris Montez.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Chris Montez. Oh, blimey,
Yeah, we used
I
to
remember him.
do La Bamba as well.
Yes, I know.
Wigwam Bam.
Oh, I hate that one.
Some stuff by Shawadi Wadi, which I can't remember.
Let's dance, Chris Montez. Look at this.
Is it there?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it, Mike. It's on my system. Look at this. Good God. Karaoke sings for you. Oh, yeah. Hey, baby, won't you take a chance? Say that you'll let me have this dance. Well, let's dance. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's dance. No, I'm not very good at that one. It's a bit too low for me, that one, I think, Mike.
Yeah, it's in a funny key, that one.
Bit too low for me, that one. I might sing a song today. I think we'll do a song today.
And then after that, I started doing stuff in bands like Original Material, and that sort of ran up to about 98.
Yeah.
And then I stopped being in bands for a while because I wanted to do radio.
Right.
So there was 2 community radio stations in 98 and 99, which I was doing.
88 and 89. I didn't think there were community stations around at that time.
98 and 99, yeah, there was. Yeah, there was one in Gateshead. We had 2 broadcasts.
Right.
And then after that, I mean, just recently I've just got myself back into a band now. So,
okay.
So
any recordings of that anywhere?
No, but there will be, though, pretty soon, because we're going to go into the studio, which is just up the road from me.
Yes.
And we are going to make a demo.
Excellent.
To put out to the local clubs.
Excellent.
And so we're going to start and do some new material, some stuff from the charts, like Kings of Leon, the Black Eyed Peas, that sort of stuff.
You're playing keyboards in this, are you?
I'm playing drums in this one.
Oh, drums. Okay. Now, there's something I've always wanted. I haven't got a set of drums, but I've always wanted to have a go at that.
I've got a set at me mum's.
Were you taught?
Taught drums? Yes, I was, yeah.
Yeah.
I was taught drums, I was taught guitar.
Yeah.
I taught myself the bass.
Okay, yeah.
And I used to watch stuff on YouTube and all that, and just try and take stuff in.
I wonder if there's anyone else who's in a band or anything at the moment wants to have a little bit of a chat with us at the moment on air. We've got the Skype. Skype this afternoon is United Kingdom Radio. Okay, United Kingdom Radio on the Skype. And we've got a phone-in number as well, 020 3287 1488. That's a local London number, okay? 020 3287 1488. Now, have you got any recordings of yourself yet, Mike? Singing or your band playing? I'd like to listen to those.
Not on me, no, I haven't. But I have composed a couple of tracks which need vocals on them, preferably female vocal if possible.
Send them over on the MP3. That's what you need to do.
Send them over.
Send them over on not now, but send if you've got any tracks where we got your band or anything like that. Yeah, send them over on an MP3 when we finish today. I think that would be a rather nice thing to listen to.
Lovely. I shall certainly do that, Chris.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for talking to us, Mike. Nice long phone call there, because it's been a long time since must be over a year since I spoke to you, mate.
Oh, blame you. Easy, yeah.
Yeah. And thanks for that letter, which I did reply to. I don't know where that ended up.
I didn't get it, Chris, unfortunately.
Oh, not to worry. Oh, well. It'll be hanging around the system somewhere.
No problem, Chris. I'm going to grab some lunch now anyway.
Okay, Mike. Nice to talk to you.
Okay, Chris. Speak soon, mate. Take care.
Bye-bye, Mike. Bye-bye. All right. So you can still join in this afternoon. Plenty of time to do so. We've got another 20 minutes left. We'll go till 2 o'clock. I was only going to go till 1. 2 hours of sitting here talking, dear. God's sake. Would you like me to do 4? Shall I try and do 4 hours? Well, not bigger. You can't. I can't believe you'd want to hang around listening to this rubbish for 4 hours, me rabbiting on. Anyway, if you want to join in on the Skype, it's United Kingdom Radio. On the Skype, United Kingdom Radio, or the phone. Cat on the Isle of Wight says, yes, please do 4 hours. I can't. I've got to go. I haven't been swimming yet, dear. I've got to keep my exercise up. I've got to go swimming. Yeah, I've got to load the car up for the karaoke later. Dear me, and David said do 4 hours. I can't do 4 hours. I've got to get ready for the karaoke later. Now, talking of karaoke, do you know what? I think I might sing you a song this afternoon. Would you like that? Would you like to hear my karaoke skills? We'll have a go at that in a minute. I'm just going to play you a couple of these, okay? Have a little listen to these.
Hello, I'm Paul Edwards, and you can join my show between 7 and 8 p.m. on a Monday evening on United Kingdom Radio. I'll throw in a couple of topics. You can call the show and we can talk about them. That's how it works. It's simple. But I don't mind. You can also talk about whatever you want to. So go on, join me. You know you want to. Hello, I'm Paul Edwards, and you can join my show between 7 and 8 p.m. on a Monday evening on United Kingdom Radio.
Well, I wasn't investigated too well there. Did someone just call me? Hello? That's weird. I'm sure I heard someone call me then. How strange is that? Now, David said, yes, you can do 4 hours. I can't do 4 hours, David. It's too long. I've got too much to do, dear. Far too much to do when it comes to anything like that. Now, look at this. Just having a little look in the sun this morning. And poor old Cheryl Cole, bless her heart. You know Cheryl Cole, don't you? Fight, gonna fight for your love. You know that song Cheryl Cole did? That's got to win an award this year, I reckon. Best. So it's a wonderful song. And she's very good at the dancing, isn't she? I wonder, though, can Cheryl Cole sing live and dance at the same time? Because I don't think she can. And she needs to try. Because it's all miming, as you know, isn't it? Why is it? I never understand. Why is it if people are going to mime, why have they got a microphone in front of their mouths? Why do they do that? Because if you're miming, you're not going to need a microphone, are you? Be honest. It's just a bit mad, really. Anyway, in the Sun this morning it says, betrayed Cheryl Cole has ended her marriage by text. I love it. I love it. She's dumped him by text. Telling her love rat husband, Ashley, move out, it's over. Oh, well, of course he's had everyone, hasn't he, Ashley? And the thing is, and it was in News of the World yesterday, and I absolutely hate anything like this, but in News of the World yesterday, you had several girls coming out and telling them what they hadn't been doing with Ashley. I mean, you know, girls, don't you have any respect for yourselves? Going on there, telling people what you've been doing with who? For money. You know, they would have all got a little bit of money from the News of the World, you see. But I would be horrified, you know, if my niece had been sleeping with some star, which she hasn't been, because she's got a very nice boyfriend. Not my cup of tea, but he's all right, you know. You know, if she suddenly appeared in News of the World telling everyone that she'd been shagging someone, I would be horrified. And these girls don't seem to have, all the boys either come to that, they've got no respect at all for themselves. Going on there and saying what they've been doing. It's a bit like that Katie Price one, dear. I mean, what are her children gonna think in the future when they read these old papers? Because you can guarantee, I bet Jordan has got scrapbooks of newspaper clippings all about her and what she's been up to and who she's been having and all this, that and the other. What are her children going to think when they read that? There's just no class at all, is there? I just think it's awful. When they go in the paper and they do these kiss and tell stories for money. If you ask me, it's a form of prostitution. It is. Selling your stories to the paper. You are selling yourselves to the newspaper. That is a form of prostitution. I don't care what anyone says. I think it's awful. All right, if you're going to sleep with someone's husband, you know, don't tell everyone about it, for God's sake. It's just awful. Anyway, I'm so pleased Cheryl Cole has ended her marriage by text message. She didn't even talk to him. She done it by text. Thumbs up to you, girl. She decided to, this is in The Sun this morning, she decided to divorce the England soccer star after The Sun exposed him. And she's been seen going around with someone who's, I mean, Ashley, he's slept with, he's had me 3 times. Ashley. Oh, some of the things I say, dear, aren't they terrible? I might sell my story to the News of the World next week. Be a picture of me, I slept with Ashley Cole. What do you reckon? Will I get any money for that? Or will I just be done for libel? But she's been seen out with some gorgeous blonde bloke who's 100 times better than Ashley Cole. I mean, he's lovely and he's topless and everything. Now, what's his name? While in LA, where she fled after singing at the Brit Awards without her... Oh, it's sad. You know, because Cheryl Cole, she comes across as a nice person. She doesn't come across as a bitch at all, does she? Do you agree? She comes across as a lovely girl. Complete opposite from Jordan, Katie Price. Absolute complete opposite. And it's a shame that it's happened to her. It says, while in LA, where she fled after singing at Brit Awards, Cheryl has been out on dates. Well, not necessarily out on dates, but she's been seen out with handsome single dancer Derek Hoff, who's 24. And come on, girls. Come on, look at him. Let's have some of that, please. He's very nice. I had a body like that once. I don't know what happened here. I really don't know what happened. It started falling apart when I got to about 40. It was last year it kind of fell apart. I'd had a nice body until last year in January and then it just started getting fat. Terrible, isn't it, eh? I started getting fat. Don't forget that Skype. United Kingdom Radio is the Skype, or you can phone in on 020 3287 1488. Skype in United Kingdom Radio or phone in 020 3287 1488. Poor old Cheryl. I want to give her a cuddle. I want that Derek Hoff as well. 24 is a bit young for me, maybe. I like someone about 30. Right. How are we doing on time? Oh, we've got another 12 minutes or so. We'll go till 2 o'clock. And I'm going to rush out the door down to the swimming pool because someone probably got my lane, dear. Mind you, it's never a good idea to go down the swimming pool at 12 o'clock in the afternoon anyway, because it's always so busy at that time. Now, let's just hear a little bit from Ross Patzelt.
Hello, this is Ross Patzelt reminding you that I've got a brand new show here on unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays from 4 till 5 p.m. I'm live on the air. So make sure you call in, email in or Skype in. I don't really know what's going to be on the show. Every day will probably be different. So you might as well tune in and find out. It's going to be good. It's going to be different. I can't tell you what's going to happen because I haven't got a clue. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays. Join me, Ross Patzelt, live on unitedkingdomradio.co.uk and find out what the hell is going to happen because I haven't got a clue. I hope to speak to you soon.
Well, if you ask me, he hasn't got a clue about anything anyway, Ross Patzelt, has he? He knows what he's doing half the time. The trouble is with him, I know exactly what's going to happen here. He's suddenly gone from 1 show to 4 a week, and I think he's gonna burn out quickly. It's the worst thing he can do, because what's happened is he's done 1 show and he's really liked it at a completely different time to what he usually does, and he will burn out very quickly. Because I know Ross, he gets fed up. He suddenly gets fed up, or he flies off the handle. It's like, he was trying to explain to me, I was having a problem with something the other day. Now, what was it? Oh, something to do with my United Kingdom talk, because I do 3 recorded shows a week, and you can find those in video or audio at United Kingdom Talk UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. And I was having a problem with that. And he was trying to explain to me how to do it. But his explanation of something was a nightmare. You just couldn't follow what he was saying. He's no good at all. He could never be a teacher. He couldn't be, because if you're not got exactly on the screen what he's got, he just can't explain it. And I realise now, we've had a couple of people, also new people, who want to do a show here on United Kingdom Radio. And I thought to myself, well, if he's been explaining to them the same way he's been explaining to me something, then they've got no bloody chance at all of getting anything done. He's just completely useless at that. Now, hello to Richard in London. Hello, Richard. I didn't know you was with us today. Are you at work or at home today? I'm not quite sure, Richard. He says, no, 4 hours is far too much, and please don't sing. Well, especially for you then, Richard. And I'm just going to sing the one song, and then we'll have 5 minutes more of chat, and then we'll all be off home. Okay? So I am going to sing to you, Rich. Oh, hang on, it's not worked. Oh, it's JavaScript void. What does that mean, dear? Oh, hang on, here we go. I'm going to sing you a little bit of Frank Sinatra, okay? I need my headphones for this as well, I think. Well, that's it. See what you think. I think I might do this at the karaoke night tonight that I play out. Hey? Ready? Here we go. Want a bit of echo on the microphone. Call me Kelly. That's it. Ready? I know I said that I was leaving, but I just couldn't say goodbye. It was only self-deceiving to walk away from someone who means everything in life to you. You learn with every lonely day. I've learned and I've come back to stay. Let me try again. Oh, let me try again. Think of all we've had before. Please let me try once more. We can have it all, just you and I again. Please forgive me or I'll die. Please let me try again. It's two verses. Here we go. I was such a fool to doubt you, to try and go it all alone. There's no sense to life without you, and all I do is just exist and think about the chance I missed. To beg is not an easy task, but pride is such a foolish mask. Let me try again. Let me try again. Think of all we've had before. Let me try once more. We can have it all, just you and I again. Please forgive me or I'll die. Please let me try again. There you Do you know, I've had a wonderful morning and an earlier afternoon. I really have. I've had a wonderful day so far. I hope it carries on. Especially for you, Richard, okay? Although I don't want to try with you. I just want to point that out because you are quite close to my own age. I'm not really interested in anyone who's remotely close to the age of 47. Another little message here from Brenda saying that picture of Derek Hoff is from Dancing with the Stars. He is a man-ho, though. Oh, Brenda is very nice, isn't he? Do you think I might have a little chance with him, dear, or does he only go with, like, singing Well, I am now a singing celebrity, surely, after doing that song. Am I not? Right, you've got 5 minutes left if you want to ring in today. United Kingdom Radio is the Skype. And the phone number 020-3287-1488. 020-3287-1488, the phone number. And United Kingdom Radio is the Skype. And we'll be off in a second. All right? A couple of messages. Oh, we got the email as well. chris@unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. David on the other right says she has split from her husband now, Cheryl Cole. She did it by text. Let's see. Chris, you are the best friend anyone could have. I haven't done anything, David. I haven't done anything. And Kat says, that was a good song you sung. You have a great voice. No, I haven't got a great voice. I've got a karaoke voice. Which means I think I can hold a tune, but I'm afraid I'm not going to be a pop star, okay? It's not going to happen. There are actually several people that I work with who are... Oh, hang on, I've got a message here, I think. Just a minute. Oh, a call held remotely. What's that then? Hello? I heard my... Did you hear that? I heard my my little phone then making a strange noise. My new Skype telephone, which is rather marvellous, I have to say. Okay. So finally today, I don't think we're going to get any more calls or anything like that in today, so we'll just finish off now very shortly. Finally today, what about Gordon Brown? Oh, just a minute. Hello, is that young David? David, why aren't you ringing me on the radio? Oh, you're on the wrong one. I tell you what, I'll ring you back on the right one. One moment, thank you. This is great. This is the first time that David has rung into the show. David comes to the karaoke nights that we do at Belushi's in Borough. Are you there, David? Oh, hang on, wait. He's probably not. This is the first time I think he's used Skype to ring. Oh, just a minute. No, you're ringing again, aren't you, dear?
Oh, yeah. I pressed the wrong button.
Oh, that's it. We've got you. Are you there? Oh, no, he's pressed the wrong button again. Just a minute. Let's try this again. He's not used to Skype. I think this is
Hello.
over. Hello, David.
Hello.
Oh, at last. That's it. It's working now.
It is.
Good afternoon. Have you been with us for the whole 2 hours and an hour this morning?
No, I haven't. My what am I doing?
Oh, you've
Hang
got
on.
to turn off the media player that you're listening to the show on, but leave the Skype going.
Right, there we go. Done it.
Okay, lovely.
That was quite confusing for a second.
I'm a very confused person, as you know, David.
But this is the first time I've used this Skype thing, so...
Are you impressed?
I'm very impressed. I did get it to talk to my cousin over in Australia, but I haven't as of yet.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the reason I got this little Skype phone. Because I've got, obviously, lots of relatives in Australia, and I used to ring them a couple of times a year, but now often I come home and we have a chat on the Skype, and it's not cost us a penny. How marvellous is that, dear?
That's the way technology's going.
Wonderful. Now, don't suppose you'll be down at Hammersmith tonight, will you?
I'm not too sure, actually. I ran into Raphael last night.
Into who?
At about Raph, the guy who
Raph,
works behind the...
Yeah, he's on Mondays,
Yeah, he told me that he manages now on Monday nights and Vicky isn't there, so I might make an appearance.
Oh, okay.
I know Roger's going down there.
Oh, Roger the Dodger, yes.
Yes, so I might make an appearance.
Okay. Well, it'd be nice to come and hear you sing. I was trying to remember when we was doing the music and chat show this morning at 10 o'clock, what karaoke numbers... For some reason, it just wasn't dropping into my head.
Well, I'm sure all you had to do is think of Pretty Boy Steve and it would have come to you.
Pretty Boy Steve does hello. See? Straight away I know.
Yes, but we do that duet and I've taken it on my own now, haven't I?
He hasn't been here for a few weeks, though. What's happened to him?
I've tried to call him and I've got no joy of it.
Oh,
whatsoever.
I know. No, I know what's happened there. The missus has got he's under the thumb there, mate. I bet
Yeah.
she's had a go at him for going out so much.
Yeah, because he does like a drink when he comes out, doesn't he?
Well,
So
I
I
don't
think
like
she's put an end to that.
You can talk.
Excuse me.
Lead now. Some of the states you come out of that pub sometimes, usually with some pissed girl on your arm as well.
There's nothing wrong with that.
God, how do you get them so much? Yeah, when you were singing on Wednesday night, and I was watching them. They were drooling over you, and I'm thinking, well, he's all right, and I would, but what's the special? What's going on there?
Well, you know what they say about ugly blokes.
What's that then? You don't know if you should say it or not, do you?
No, I don't think I can on live air, can I?
Oh, I love it. Well, we might see you tonight then, if not Wednesday, eh?
Definitely Wednesday. Might do tonight. I might surprise you.
All right, Dave. We'll have a little practice on this Skype. Now, this number you've rung us on now, United Kingdom Radio, right? This is the number for the show. The Chris Reardon is my private number, but I see what you're getting confused because I can't use the United Kingdom Radio for the music and chat show because that's a separate thing altogether. So that's why you see the two up there.
Right, gotcha. See, I just pressed you. Yeah, never mind.
Wonderful.
I know now.
Can I just ask what you're talking to me on? Because it's quite good quality. Is it a headset thing or what?
Yeah, it's my brother's. Hang on, it's a little headset thing. Yeah, just plug straight to the computer. It's
You can't.
Sort of like
you can't see me now, can you?
I can see your smiling face paused.
Oh, okay, right, okay. Fair enough,
I've just paused it, not.
Yeah,
take it
that's
off.
what to do. Yeah, that's how to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of these headsets. It's headphones with a little like earpiece. You know, like you were talking about Cheryl Cole has when they're miming their songs.
Yes.
It's like one of those, but with headphones.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've got one of those as well, which I've got here in front of me, but unfortunately you can't see it. It's like a, which I sometimes take this around when I've got my laptop somewhere. Hang on, I'm just trying. I'll bring it in tonight, and you can have a look. It's probably the same one as yours. It's kind of like, it's like a Cheryl Cole. I feel like I'm in steps now. You know.
Oh, I can see it. I've just put you on mute.
There we are. Look. Okay. Yeah, put me on mute. Is this what you've got? One of these?
It's a shame that I can still hear you though.
Oh, who is it? Can you see that? Look, a little microphone there.
Yeah, it's quite surreal. I can see you and hear you, but can't. It's weird.
What?
It's mate, because I can see you and hear you, but you're not here.
No, well, I could be there. You've only got to say the word, Dave, and I'll be round there like a bloody rocket. What's the difference between a gay man and a straight man?
Okay, I'm not going to say that.
Do you want to know?
What is the difference?
4
Chris,
pints.
tell me.
4 pints of lager, mate.
It's a good thing I drink cider then.
You wait. One day you'll have that 1-2 extra drink, and I shall be waiting. I'll be waiting.
Is that why you offered me the lift home then?
Dave, I've got to go. I'm finished now. I'm out of time here.
I thought you were going to go on for another 2 hours.
I'm not doing 4 hours. I've got to go swimming, and look. I'm just getting fatter. The longer I'm sitting there, I'm getting fatter. I'm just going to expose a bit of my chest for the viewers today because I think they might like that. There we are. I've got a bit of flesh out now, a bit of flesh on camera. Are you liking that, David?
I'm loving it, Chris. I'm loving it.
Do you like that? But I've got the Holy Cross of Jesus protecting me against your evilness.
My evilness?
Might see you tonight, if not Wednesday.
Definitely, Chris.
All right, nice to talk. Cheerio, Dave.
See you later, mate.
Bye now. There we are. Young David, who's actually
Bye-bye.
quite a good karaoke singer. He is. He does sing quite well. Nearly time to go then, boys and girls. Finally today, thank you very much to Kat and David for sending me a lovely picture. That's a lovely little dress you've got, and she's wearing a pink dress there. And the two of them look very happy together, don't they? And Dave, get another pair of jeans, mate. They look bloody terrible. They do. Time to go. Now, I'll be back with you live here on United Kingdom Radio. next Monday afternoon at 12 o'clock. Okay, 12 o'clock midday afternoon UK time. Every Monday afternoon, Chris Reardon on United Kingdom Radio. Check the schedule for more details. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.